And things are just kind of weird right now. People aren't paying, but they have the money. So people are choosing what they're going to pay when they want to pay it. And what's crazy, we haven't even made it into the ultimate retail. Hello, everyone. This is Calvin Russell, CEO and founder of 850 Club Credit. Hope everyone's doing well today. Today, we're going to talk about how major banks are really starting to feel a squeeze with the change in the economy. And because of that, they now have to change how they do their approvals. All right. So let's go ahead and start off with, obviously, Chase Bank. Their earnings actually fell 28%. And this is the last time, as of the most recent time, this is the second time since 2020 where Chase actually fell in profit and revenue. And that's simply because they're trying to be competitive. A lot of banks are, every bank has obviously a slew of products ranging from credit cards to, obviously home loans, and then, of course, a slew of other investment products, so on and so forth. However, Chase has always been one of the bigger players in the industry, taking a certain amount of clientele, a certain type of clientele. They've never been big on subprime lending, so for a lot of them, it's surprising for them to see that a lot of people in their categories that, those high scores, high sixes, sevens, 800 scores, and they're starting to feel the same thing. Now, jobs are up, right? But that's just meaning that people just simply cannot afford these higher interest, products that they had gotten, just recently. And but of course, you can't really make someone pay something. You could do just hope for the best, over time. But as many banks are starting to see this, they're starting to adjust how they're doing their approvals. So a lot of the mail that we saw in the last 4 to 8 weeks of the pre-approvals of credit cards, refinances, all the rest of this stuff, in order for them to remain competitive, they had to play that same game. However, Chase is not one of the banks like Capital One or or like a Discover, where they can kind of see and feel majority of their client base is in that 620 to 660 range. Chase is not used to that. But that doesn't mean that Chase will not have issues. Again, everybody's going to feel the squeeze, and you're going to feel it more the more clientele that you start diving into, by adjusting your products and such. So again, I applaud Chase for trying to keep up with the times. That just means that they're being aggressive, as they should. However, for many of you who now have those Chase products, some of us should not have them. Some people shouldn't have qualified. Some people shouldn't have gotten it because, again, Chase is still Chase, right? They're still the same people that'll cut your card off if you're not using it a certain amount of times throughout the year. Lowering credit card limits, not being as nice when it comes down to late payments and things of that sort. So we know how Chase goes, right? But again, guys, don't get caught up in the names. Every bank in 2008 needed some form of bailout. For the most part, most banks did. I'm saying that to say they're just remaining competitive, and even though they're one of the top three, obviously, that's still going. That still does not mean that they won't deal with in some capacity. A lot of what the economy is just dealing with. And things are just kind of weird right now. People aren't paying, but they have the money. So people are choosing what they're going to pay when they want to pay it. And what's crazy, we haven't even made it into the ultimate retail season. So we're going to kind of keep an eye on how things are, kind of flowing. But expect these interest rates to come down just a tad bit because, obviously they still got to remain competitive. But they're going to do so at a very, very slow pace. OK, because we know how Chase is, and that's when usually they'll come out with a new credit card, making things look new again, but they're just changing the name of something or, just kind of giving back to the communities and things of that sort. Not saying that they aren't genuine, but at the same time, you have to understand is that when they have numbers like this, they say, okay, we have to remain aggressive, but at the same time, we really have to look at, who is not paying us, who is getting these products and they shouldn't have them. Are we being affected by the Equifax score glitch that recently happened? And we shouldn't have, we shouldn't have given approvals to those people who shouldn't have gotten those approvals. But either way, you're going to feel it and you're going to have to make adjustments. It's just rare that you see that Chase, simply, falls into those same categories as any other banks, guys. Banks are going to always be banks. Nothing's going to always be the same forever. But at the same time, it all depends on how fast you can bounce back. And we know Chase is going to do that. All right. So, of course, if you like this video, like it. If you want to share it, share it. And as always, be sure to subscribe as we got nothing but great content on the way. Thank you guys so much. Have a great day.